When it comes to sports and journalism, if you're gonna make a prediction, make sure we know it's a prediction rather than clickbaiting something, because just like YouTube, journalists tend to clickbait on their websites all the time. And I get it, it's so they can get reads and whatever, but at the same point in time, if you want journalistic integrity, then make sure you let us know what is going on, because with this TWSN that I found kind of roaming through, as every day I've kind of been keeping up with stuff Baltimore Orioles, just in case they decide to, make a free agency move, a trade, or just stuff that's going on in general, rumors around them. And one of the things I saw was this article that said Robert Suarez will sign with the Baltimore Orioles. Now, to most people, this looks like the Orioles are coming to an agreement with Robert Suarez and that he is soon to sign. But we later find out that this is all just a prediction by this TWSN.net writer, Matt Levine. It's just so, the way it throws you off. And they have to add right at the end, this is a prediction. And it's okay, but if this is a prediction, then make sure we know it's a prediction before you let us go into it thinking that the Orioles just signed one of the best, if not the best closer in the market. That just doesn't seem fair or right to do. It would be like if that, video I made about how I thought Ryan Flaherty was the best fit for Orioles manager, instead of titling it, the way I titled it, and I just titled it, Orioles will hire Ryan Flaherty to be their new manager, you would go into it thinking, oh, the Orioles hired Ryan Flaherty as their manager, and this guy's going to talk about it, and then you see me making this prediction and thoughts as to why I think Ryan Flaherty would be a good fit for manager, you'd be a little pissed off at me too. And that's why with this channel, I've always told myself, look, I need to make sure when news breaks that it is correct, and I need to make sure that I'm not misleading people into, what they actually are seeing in the video. There's times where I may come up with a cheeky title that may seem like clickbait, but I'm actually talking about what I'm talking about in the video. It's the topic that we're here mentioning. Never will I say something in a video title and will not talk about it at all. It's just one of those things. And it's not to say that they don't talk about Robert Suarez and the Orioles. They do. And they go on to say, he's a good fit and the Orioles should go after him. But at the same point in time, you know what you were getting yourself into when you titled it. And trust me, it's not the only one I saw. There was other ones where I saw, the Orioles were trading for Mitch Keller and stuff like this. And it just makes you go, to casual fans, that would just be oh, okay, cool. So the Orioles traded for this, pretty decent starting pitcher. And then you go into the article, oh, no, they didn't. All right, well, then why am I here? Because some people just want to see that, that player actually signed or was traded there. They don't want to read the full article. But again, I get it. Any way you can get clicks, I guess. I mean, I guess it's kind of better than that clickbait AI channel that I called out during the NFL offseason when they were talking about other things, especially with the Ravens, how it was the Ravens are trading for this player, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. I was no, we're not. Since when were the Ravens going to trade for Tyreek Hill and all this stuff? That didn't actually happen. And the one time you talked about something that actually happened with the Ravens with Jair Alexander, your credibility was already down here because people were okay, look, you've bullshitted us so many times that what is the point of coming back to this channel and listening and watching? Because again, there is this YouTube channel that I watch, and if I can find it, I will link it, where they kind of, show you these players on screen and it's Orioles related. Excuse me, and they go, Orioles just broke baseball, this, that, and the other. And even though people may look at that as clickbait, you can kind of tell, they're not saying that the Orioles have signed or traded for this person, just that there might be some interest, or these are players that might make sense to them, and they're predicting and telling you why the Orioles should go after them. That channel is fine with me, considering, too, it's also an actual person talking about this stuff rather than some AI jibber jabber. And even though Matt Levine is a real person, at least I hope he's a real person, I hope this sports this network thing is not using AI. He just he makes these clickbait titles that makes you think one thing, and then you go into reading it otherwise, and you're like, oh, well, now I kind of feel like shit because I wanted the Orioles to, sign this guy, and here I thought we got him, and your article's telling me this is why it's a perfect fit for the Orioles to get him. By the way, this is just a prediction. I mean, I'm supposed to tell you that's like, cool, tell us that in your title, so that way when I go and click on your article, you don't have to have that discretion in there. It just seems so worthless to have it when in your title you can just make it out to where we know, okay, this guy is making a prediction and he's telling us why this fit is good for the team and why they should pursue them in general. But yeah, that's just my overall thoughts on this. This isn't necessarily one of those sports places that I would follow because I've seen so many of it and they keep doing this and whatnot. So every time I see it now or something on the Orioles page that says that, I look, I'm like, oh, TWSN, alright, I'm not going to listen to that network because at this point they're just clickbaiting and BSing you to go read their article where you read like 5 minutes as to why they should go after this player. It's like the Orioles should go after any player they can to make the team better. So, you can say that, but don't sit here and act like, oh, this signing it's about to happen, or the Orioles signed this guy, because literally with the Mitch Keller trade one, they said Pirates trade Mitch Keller to the Orioles. And any fan, any casual fan, or even myself who was like, okay, well, the Orioles said they were going to make a trade this year, would look at that and go, oh, so we actually made a trade, we made a move, and then you click the article and nope, it's just Matt Levine or whoever's writing the article, it's their prediction, and it's just like, cool, let me know next time before I click on the article that it's some sort of prediction, because there's a lot of other credible sources that I can go to rather than your shitty little, clickbait game. But that's just my thoughts on this. You can tell me in the comments below, what do you think, and what are some of your predictions for the Orioles this offseason? Who are they going to, make a trade for? Who are they going to sign in free agency? Are they actually going to make a big splash or two? That's the questions that we're awaiting, as we're just waiting for somebody to do something in the offseason, because, the Orioles have made a little bit of moves with Kitchers and Tavares, but as for, the free agents and who's broken the market yet, nobody's done that, and until that happens, it's going to be quiet for another couple days, but we might not actually get a lot of activity until probably around Thanksgiving Day, so again, we'll see there. But if any Orioles news drops with some free agent signings or trades, I will be right here to tell you about it. But yeah, until then, that's it for me. Stay safe out there, have a happy Thanksgiving, and I will catch you all in the next one.